a thing of the past.
In Kumasi, there was a fire outbreak at the Kumasi Central Prison. That almost resulted in a jailbreak situation where the prisoners nearly ran out of the prison yard and hit town. Well, thank God to the emergency activities of the prison wardens as well as the backup that they had from the police and soldiers. Everything was put under control.
Roland, I didn't hear the information very well.
Okay, let me just
I read about it.
There was,
if you can read.
Okay, there was total pandemonium at the Kumasi Central Prisons when inmates attempted to escape from the facility following a fire outbreak last night.
So there was a fire outbreak?
Yes, reports from Joy News indicated that there was a fire outbreak at the B Hall, which led to the prison's officials releasing the inmates into the open yard for safety, not outside.
Okay.
The firemen got the situation under control, though, but then a riot nearly ensued.
Exactly. What I heard from certain newspapers was that there was a fire scare. So it's like they didn't categorically state that there was a fire outbreak.
Well, perhaps we can't say an outbreak, near outbreak.
Exactly, exactly. Clearly speaking. But what happened there, if you listen to the tape, I nearly wept. I nearly wept simply because I imagined as a politician, every politician you know is a potential prisoner. It's only these days because of the kind of understanding and democratic maturity that it doesn't happen. But I asked myself, imagine how you were in the prison and there's a fire outbreak or a fire scare. What will happen? Or how will you enter yourself? They won't allow you to go out and you yourself, you know that the room or the hall is going to be burnt. So I heard the noise. But the way other stations reported it was saying that, oh, the prisoners themselves just wanted to run away as a result of that. To run away to where? I thought some said they were brought to the yard and they were throwing stones. So all the stones that were thrown have been packed there. And the kind of damage that have been caused there. But my attention was drawn to life in itself. Life is a property before all other property. So what happened was were there some recorded deaths or some of these? And I think the station officer also refused to talk.
There were 2 that died. 4 got injured.
2 died?
Yes, there were 2 deaths.
Seriously. I think some of us didn't get the true picture of what happened. All that they said that there were injuries and some have been hospitalized and all this. So they are waiting for the national... There
were 2 officers that died and 5 officers injured. 2 prisoners died and 5 officers.
5 prison officers injured.
2 prisoners died.
Clearly, I think they remind this thing, I learned that was broken. And the number of those, if some have run away or some have escaped.
So far none.
None.
We're told.
Yeah, that's the point. So it's like the state, we are in the state of unclarity. We don't know.
We've had some clarity from the PRO of the Kumasi Central Prisons.
But I think you know, security officers have their limitations, and they are very courteous when it comes to delivering in terms of this. So there are certain facts that will be reserved for the commander.
But you're skeptical. You're thinking perhaps there could have been some jailbreak.
Clearly, that's my fear. It was part of my fears, and there's where I want to tread to. If it indeed happened, assuming somebody went on remand and all those kind of things. So all I can say is what caused the fire scare or the fire outbreak, the so-called fire outbreak? Was it as a result of old or outmoded electrical wiring installations and all those kind of things? If yes, then as a matter of urgency, I think we must make sure that all those things are restored in such a way that it will prevent future ones. But if you look at the Kumasi Central Prison, is that not Kumasi Central Prison?
Yes.
Yes. The Kumasi Central Prison, many journalists complain, those who go there, complain that it is crowded. There are so many things concerning that. So if an overcrowded prison experiences this kind of things, then you can imagine all the other prison stations that we have in the country. So we should not only concentrate on Kumasi Central Prison. We should go to Sunyane. We should go to, how do we call it?
Yavanka.
Yes.
How important is it that for the prison service they consistently undertake fire drills and even drills in hypothetical situations where there could be jailbreaks, and so try to countenance some of them?
Yeah. Even beyond that, those things are very important already. But beyond that, do we have the normal, what's the numerical strength? I heard that it was even the police.
Yes, the soldiers and the police had to
soldiers and the police have to go.
They call for backup.
Exactly. They had to go with reinforcement and those kind of things. So as a country, I think now, potentially, that's why every politician is a potential. We are potential prison, because you don't know even the law causing willfully causing financial law depends on somebody's interpretation and sort of things. So when those things happen, I think we must be the very first people to make sure that we draw our attention into those areas.
I don't get you. The first people who are potentially prisoners are criminals, or anybody who does wrong.
As I'm saying that the law causing financial law, per the law causing financial law, politicians are potential prisoners. I didn't say potential criminal. Potential criminal is a serious thing. And it depends.
Well, you only go to prison unless you committed a crime.
Not unless you commit.
It's not a fanciful place, is it?
Oh, I've not been there before, as a matter of fact. All that I...
Well, so far because you haven't committed any crime.
It's a place
That's the whole point I'm trying to put to you.
It's a place I fear to be, not even to visit it.
Yes, because that's why you won't be there, because you haven't committed a crime. And Ahmed Ibrahim, Member of Parliament, you will go.
Sometimes...
That's the whole point I'm trying to...
Beyond that, sometimes you can be meted out. That Roland, so. Those, if you are not able to get well-resourced lawyers...
But those are situations where perhaps maybe cases are wrongfully prosecuted and perhaps the charges are wrong, even though the person is innocent. So those are extreme situations.
They are not.
We are talking about generally.
They are many.
Okay.
They are many, especially if you go to the rural Ghana, where just as a result of mere gossip, you can be meted out and imprisoned. Sometimes, if you look at the kind of petty things, theft cases can even lead you there. Sometimes, even just by mere coincidence, it can land you there.
Okay.
So there are so many issues. Every Ghanaian is a potential prisoner. But for we, the politicians, that's because of democratic maturity, that's why we are out. Because you manage government resources or public resources every day. And willfully causing financial loss and willfully causing this are part of the crimes that can even land you there. And who knows whether as a result of the action that you are taking today, because you are in power, tomorrow it may not be misinterpreted to be something different. So when you are in power, these are some of the issues that we must let them be matters of priority to us. And we must make sure that what is happening to them, not all of them will be guilty even when sent to court. Even the remand prison that was broken into, those on remand, why are they on remand? On remand because they are there and they've not yet been convicted and they have not yet been... That's why they are there. So what happens if it happens that tomorrow they go to the court and they are innocent? So these are some of the issues that I'm saying. So not that because they are criminals, that's why they are there. But if you listen to just the noise, Roland, no matter how wicked you are, you will change.